Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This will be another Nintendo NX video. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button for everything Nintendo NX. Now my next Nintendo NX video, which will be coming out either over the weekend or on Monday, in that video I will be talking about why I think the NX will not be a first party and third party machine, and stuff that I will be talking about in this video kind of backs what I will be saying in that video. So pretty much some third party developers are still in the dark in terms of the NX. They still haven't received dev kits yet for the NX. This is what Skylanders developer Toys for Bob had to say. We haven't heard any news from Nintendo, so we don't have any announcements. I don't know what the NX is. Nintendo keeps very tight lid on everything. So what this suggests for me is that the whole of Activision haven't received dev kits yet, because surely if they have received dev kits, then surely they would have passed them on to one of their biggest IPs. Surely they would have passed them on to Toys for Bob. That's just my first thoughts. This is what Ready at Dawn, the people who made the Order 1886, had to say. The day one plan for Deformers, which is their new game, is to launch on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. What about NX? There's the thing. Honestly, we are waiting. Mark Stanley, the Vice President of Internal Development at Game Trust, which is part of GameStop, which are developing Deformers, had this to say. On the Game Trust side, we've seen where Nintendo is at, and that's a conversation that keeps going. Since they announced the NX officially, they've been kind of wrangling a lot of the inquiries, and from my point of view, it seems like they're trying to get their heads around what type of content they want to have for their launch window. Now this piece of news is quite concerning. If these developers haven't received their dev kits yet, how many other third party developers out there haven't received Nintendo NX dev kits? Will there be a situation where the NX at the launch will not get any third party games? Now I'm sure that there are some developers out there that have received their dev kits, and plus there's still 9 months to go, like for them to get their dev kits and for them to put their games for the launch of the NX. But who knows, maybe there could be a situation where the NX at launch will just be getting Nintendo games. Will that be enough to persuade people to pick up the NX? Because if you look at the Wii U, that was pretty much a Nintendo only machine, and that didn't really persuade a lot of people. That didn't really appeal to a lot of gamers. Not a lot of people picked it up. So will the same thing happen again with the NX? Now what I think will happen at E3 is that Nintendo will be showing the NX behind closed doors to third party developers, and who knows, maybe they'll give out dev kits at E3. I'm sure that there are some there are some developers out there that have received dev kits for the NX, but maybe Nintendo have changed strategy from the Wii U. If you look at the Wii U's launch, it was pretty much Nintendo saying to the third parties, right, we're going to let you have this launch window. And they didn't really take advantage of that, the third party developers, because what we got was just basically old ports with missing features. Maybe Nintendo have looked at the Wii U's launch and maybe they thought, right, we aren't gonna let third party developers have a window. We're gonna knock out content ourselves. We're gonna produce Zelda. We're gonna produce first party content to try and appeal to gamers, to try and get gamers to pick it up. That's what I'm thinking. I think Nintendo have completely changed strategy. I don't think they want to rely on third-party developers this time around. They want to rely on their own first-party content to build up the install base. And if you look at why the NX is coming out in 2017, Kimishima has already said that they want to wait so that their software is ready. They don't want a situation like what they had on the Wii U, where in the launch window for the Wii U, you had a massive gap from the launch window to Pikmin 3 in August 2013. They don't want that situation to happen again. They want that launch window for the NX to have games continuously and consistently releasing. So I think that kind of backs up that whole theory that I've just talked about, that Nintendo, they don't want to rely on third parties for the launch window of the NX. They want to rely on their own first party content to push the system. That is just my honest opinion. That's just my thoughts about this whole situation. But I don't think we will be seeing a lot of third party games at the launch of the system, and maybe that will be a good thing. When you think about it. Recently on my channel I made a video talking about my concerns for the NX and its third party content at launch. I was concerned about the NX just getting November 2016 ports in March 2017 at full price, and how that would lead to not many people picking up those third party games, which could lead to third party support dropping off completely at the start of the NX's life cycle. So maybe third party developers not receiving dev kits now, maybe that might stop that from happening. Maybe if they receive dev kits later on, then maybe third party support will start up around November, or maybe halfway through the 2017. Maybe that will happen. Maybe we will get new third party games instead of old ports. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about this whole situation. But it is quite worrying how some third party developers haven't received their dev kits yet. Like I said, I'm sure some have. But if these third party developers haven't received their dev kits yet and still don't know about what the NX is, then I'm sure that there are some others out there in a similar position. So there's still plenty of time for this to change, but the longer time goes on, the longer these third party developers don't get their dev kits, then it will mean that we'll just get ports instead of new games. It will just mean that we will just get November 2016 ports in March 2017, because they don't have a lot of other time to make new content for the NX. So yeah, that is just it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this topic. Are you getting worried about the whole third party situation on the NX, or are you thinking there's still plenty of time for this to change? And I'm sure that there are some developers out there that have dev kits. So that is it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.